Hello and welcome to your own PHP form tutorial in PHP processing. In this video, I'm going to show you where you can get a form built for free, which will include JavaScript to make it all look very good, professional looking and stuff. And there's also the option of just doing it in plain HTML. And I'm going to show you one of the websites. The first one I'm going to go to is called myphpform.com, and you can start here, and you should read all this. You should read 1.1 through 1.7, or 1.6. You'll actually build your own form by putting it all together, and I'll just do that right now. Okay, wait, let's go back. PHP forms tutorial. We'll start here. Handling HTML forms with PHP. Now it gives you some example code here, and you can just copy and paste that for your own uses, and it'll they provide you with their version of a processing when they put it all together in part 1.6. Now, this is going to take a long time to read. I just want this video to be short. So, this is a basic HTML form. Now, I could copy that and paste that, but I'm just going to go straight away to putting it all together. No, wait a minute. Part 1.2 is really good. Validating forms with PHP. So how do you validate form data? The very least you should do is pass all variables through PHP's HTML special characters function. This function will replace HTML characters like less than and greater than to their HTML and IT and NGT. Let's rewrite the previous example. So in this example, they have a form processor, and they added in this function here, HTML special characters, where they take and they passed all the variables through this function before they pass it to the variables in PHP. Now, you should know a little bit of PHP before you start building a form and a script, but you could probably wing it if you just have background in C++ or BASIC and you know how variables work, or somehow you just grasp the concept really well without having any background programming knowledge. So here we go. The reason they do this is because if someone posted, this is much safer now and prevents possible attackers from exploiting our code by injecting HTML or JavaScript code. Now someone submitted the same code as before, where they put this in their message script in less than and greater than symbols, location.href, http www.spam.com, and then it would end with slash script. This would not be executed anymore because it would be saved as HTML escaped code rather than valid HTML code. So that's the main thing that this tutorial teaches you how to do. And they put it all together in part 1.6 here. And this is already getting pretty long. But I'm just going to copy their code and put it on my website. Now save this as contacted.html. So I'm going to go into Notepad++. I'm going to paste all of their code, and I'm going to go File, Save. It's going to go to Save As. Contact.htm. Running so slow. Oh yeah. And now let's go back to the page. Now we saved that file. Now this is going to be thanks.htm, and you're going to see how this all goes together. Oh, it's saved. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to go click File, go New. Now I'm going to paste file, save as. Save it to the desktop, that's fine. Save these all in the same location for ease of use. .html, HTM, thanks.htm. Well, that one did it fast. Okay, now the third part is the processor, and this one is going to be form.php, and this one's a big one. Now wait a second. Contact.php. Yeah, the third one here is a big one. So we're going to create a new blank file in Notepad++. We're going to paste their code, and we're going to hit File, Save, Save As. Contact.php. Now we're going to take those 3 files and we're going to move them to my website. Now I'm going to make a directory for this form, and I'm going to call it form. Go to Quick Connect. Create new directory. Call it form. Now let's go into that directory. Now let's copy those 3 files that we just created. Contact.php, thanks.htm, and contact.htm. And we're going to see their form on the website. Now we're going to go to link, where we just put those files. Okay, now this is the form that it created, and it's all in HTML, and it looks okay, I guess. I mean, it looks, and there's a little link at the bottom that says powered by PHP form. Good links to myphpform.com. So that's good for them. Now you want to put your name, the subject, the email, the website. So we have to fill all this in. So let's say my name's David. Subject. Please read. Email anyone at yahoo.com. Website, we can leave that blank. Do you like this website? We're going to say yes. How did you find us? Oh wait, there's one more thing in the on this page here. Change the default you@domain.com recipient address inside the code to your own email address, the one where you wish to receive the results to. So we have to edit that into the contact.php, and it's at the top. So I'm going to send that to my email. I'm going to hit save, and I'm going to have to re-upload that file. Now here we go, contact.php, got it in FileZilla, replace. Yes, we want to replace the old one. Now we're on the page. Now we have to put something in the comments. I am commenting on this feature period. Well, it's not a very constructive. Okay, now we fill out how did you find us? Let's say Google then we'll hit send it. Now what it will do is it will process it, and it says, thanks, your message was sent, your message was successfully sent, thank you for contacting us, you reply as soon as possible. Now you can see that the form works, but we don't know why it works. It works on the server end because it's PHP code, and it's sent an email to the address that I specified. The one I specified inside the contact in the form the contact.php form. Supposing that it sent it. So here it is. It's A5435711. Please read. Hello, your contact form has been submitted by name David. Email anyone@yahoo.com. URL none. Like the website? Yes. How did she find it? Google. I am commenting on this feature. End of message. So the form filled out all of that for us, and put it in the right place, and put it in an email and send it to us. And that's what you want a form to do. You just have to specify the right website email address. Say you own a website and you put the form on a website, you would want that form to go to webmaster@yourwebsite.com or your website .whatever .org .whatever. Okay, so that's generally the purpose of a form. So now we see how it works. Let's look at a better looking form. Let's hit back. Now this isn't very visually appealing. I mean, this is kind of all over the place, and it's all just a white background and stuff. There's the website that you can go to that builds you a much nicer looking form, and that is phpform.org. Slightly different. And here you go. Now you select a background colors, and here you have all these selections. You could do red on red, green on green, yellow in the background, green in the front ground, gray on blue. So we're going to do gray on blue. We're going to hit next, and here you can build your form. So for the first thing, I'm going to put someone's name. No, let's scratch that. Let's we're going to do a single line text for someone to put their name in. We're just going to leave that the way it is. We can call it name. And hit add another field. Now we could put email. And you see, we're building our very own form, and it's going to look like the way this kind of looks right now. Now say I just wanted name, email, and a paragraph comment box, and let's call the paragraph comments. There we go. Add another field. Now field properties, we want to title the form. User form will be the title, and this is the description of the form. Website comments, let's say. And now let's go to save the form. Okay, now it takes us to this page where we can download the form. There we go, we have form.zip, and we're going to open that once it downloads. So that'll be like half a second. Antivirus is going to scan it. Okay, here we go. it's gonna scan for viruses or something. Okay, well, let's just open up another one that I've saved before. Alrighty, well, it's never gonna stop fucking downloading, so fucking let's download it again. Well, let's just go to form preview. Now, just to prove that this form is, see, we have the title, we have the comments. It looks nice with a blue background and a gray bar on top, and we have name, email, comments. It's just a basic form. Now, that other thing that the form that I just downloaded the code for is stuck in limbo on my computer because I think my Firefox is just being really stupid right now. But generally, what you do is you take a form from this website, pform, app nitro pform, and just build a form from there. And then what you can do is you just edit it. Here, I'll go to search form. I'll show you an old one I made. Oh, it finally finished downloading. Okay, now we have the form. Now let's open this and look inside. Now it gives us some JavaScript, a form.html, a shadow.gif, a blank.gif, a top.png, a bottom. Now let's just go extract to. Let's put this shit on the desktop. And here's our form. Now let's open form.html in Notepad++. Now you see what it did is it named it according to the things that you have to update here is action, and what you want to do is this is gonna run the PHP script that you write for your form. So in our case, that's going to be contact.php. Element 1, you should change that to name. So everywhere element 1 occurs, change that to name. Everywhere element 2 occurs, change that to email. Element 3 occurs, change that to comments. And then mix it with the contact.php. And what we're going to do is we're just going to delete the ones that we didn't use in there. So this is how you can build your own form if you use less options than what is in the sum total of what they used in contact.php here. So they had a subject, we didn't have that. They had a website, they had a like it button, they had a how did you find this website drop down, and they have the comments, which we have in our form. So we only have 3 things in our form. So let's delete the things from the PHP that we didn't use in our form. So let's delete subject, or actually, yeah, we didn't have a subject. No, we had an email, we didn't have a website, shift end, we didn't have a like it button, or if they liked the website, or the how did they find it. So there we go, we have 3 things. Now this is going to check the email. That's to verify that we have an email there. Yes, we do. That's one of the things we have. We don't have a website, So we're going to delete the code here for checking the website for to see if it's empty or not. So we don't need that piece of code. Let's prepare the message for the email. Your contact form was submitted by name, and this is a variable here, your name, and that's going to be a string, and that is the name that we used for element 1. Email, website, we don't have a website on this, so let's delete that line. The like it button, we don't have that, so shift end. How did he or she find it? Shift end and delete those 2 lines and another line. Now comments, we do have that. Send the email. Now for the subject, we're going to have to put in a string in double quotes because we didn't specify subject for the user to enter on the form, so we're going to have website comments, and we're going to just leave that the way that is now, that we've changed that. Now there's a function that checks the input data. It checks that for HTML special characters, it puts those into escaped characters. The stripped slashes, this gets rid of all the slashes out of the message and the name and stuff, so they can't hack our website through our form. And trim will this is just a function that's used on all of those all of the variables that we used in this form. So now everything is good to go. Now let's hit File, Save, and now let's take a note of the variables we used in the form processor. Your name is your name here, email, and comment. So there's only 3 things we have to worry about here. Now let's change let's find all of the places where element 1 happens and change that to your name. So let's go edit, search, replace element 1 and change it with YOURNAME. Now hit replace all. 3 occurrences were replaced. Okay, now let's find element 2 and let's replace that with email. Now we're making this nice looking form work as a free form for our form processor, and this should all work once it's all put together. And element 3 is finally comments. So let's change element all the occurrences of element 3 and replace it with the word comments, and that's what the name is going to be passed on through to the form that the processing form, the processor for the form. So here we go. We've changed all that. Now it's your name occurs here, email occurs there, and comments occurs here. Now there's just a button, and we don't have to worry about the rest of the code. So once you've done all this, we have the action as contact.php. Now let's save both of those files. Let's go. Okay, we already saved contact.php. Now let's go File, Save the form.html, and let's replace those 2 files and upload the rest of these that support the site to look, the form to look good. So let's upload that. It's uploading. Do. Okay. And now we're going to upload contact.php because that file has changed, and we're going to replace the old one with the new one. Now let's go to our form. Now it should be much better looking. Now let's go /form.html. Now this will be the nicer looking one. So here's the user form, website comments, etc. Name, email, comments. Now we're using their free processor code, which will make which has no general vulnerability, so people can't hack your website through this form. And you can, let's say Davidson as the name, email, dd@yahoo.com. Hello, I am sending comments via a website form, exclam. There we go. Now let's hit submit. Your message was sent. Your message was successfully sent. Thank you for contacting us. We will reply to your inquiry as soon as possible. So now it has basically the same functionality, all the functionality that we gave it, and it has a much better looking appearance now. Now I'm going to put both of these websites in the description for you to look over and take a look into if you want to build a form for your site and you don't want to have to pay money for a company to build a form for you. And now you'll be able to build it yourself for free just using the code, the tutorial that is on this website. And there's parts 1 through 1.1 through 1.7, and you should read all those, and then you'll be able to put forms together just like a breeze. And for the visual parts of it, to make the form look good, just go to pform. It's actually it's just phpform.org, and you can build your own form there. It doesn't cost you any money because they're trying to sell the form processor separately, but you can just bypass the buying the form processor and build it yourself. And it's free to copy from this other website, which teaches you how to build the form processor part as well as the form part if you're going to do it in just pure HTML. So thanks for watching. Hope you learned how to build a form for your website, and see you next time.